sit there and banter at you and force you into some weird conclusion I wish for you and control to go to. I don't have to change you. I love you unconditionally. I accept you. I have no reason to even accept you. I know you're truly perfect. I know you're equal to me in every way. I know you're my wisdom teacher. What are you showing me? Oh, thank you so much for showing me this. I will not be doing this anymore myself. I must be doing this subtly within myself, where I cannot see it within the mirror in front of me. Thank you for helping me be free. I share that with you now that you helped me be free. But I have no reason to change you in any way. You could show everybody this like this and give them a great reflection too. I don't know what is possible for you. But I have no reason to think of you as greater or lesser than myself. Thank you so much. Wisdom Buddha embodied. Everything in life is sacred and perfect. To see it as otherwise would be to empower and enable that kind of perception to continue to live on within inside of me. But I know that you are perfect. I know you are the Buddha embodied. I know you have helped me this whole way, that you have freed me, that you have brought to me my liberation. I have no reason to reflect to you anything otherwise. The ego is a lie. It is illusory. It is not. I don't need to act as if it is true, even if it is that I see or perceive you to be doing so. I know that you are not this illusion, that you are pure consciousness, that you are pure awareness, that you are not this ego reality, that you are not a doer, that you are a witness just as me. You can act in any other way, but I know that it's me showing me something that will allow me to express myself authentically and come into freedom truly. That I will not be limited in expressing myself in any situation, for any reason, for any ego reality I perceive around me. There is no ego reality that is truer in existence. There is no possible way to stand on flimsiness. If anything wants to stand on flimsiness, it will not be able to around me. I will simply be expressing myself in such a strong way that flimsy things go away. And the only thing that can stand strong will be the thing that can truly relate. And that's somebody's authentic being. What is here actually. What is actually here in reality. Nothing false will stay. It will go away. It has no reason to stay. It's illusory. It is not. We don't have to even sing its song. Somebody can speak a song of illusory reality and we just stay where it is true. Easy. We can keep on expressing our view. We have no reason to give heed to lie. There's no reason. For what? To give what politeness to where? To who? You want somebody to let you be a liar forever? No. I want somebody to help me be true. If I'm a completely ignorant fool that cannot get it, the most arrogant, evil, vile way in the world, I wish a consciousness would bring me an angel, the only thing in which I could see that would free me from my illusory reality, my blindness, my agitation, my volatility. I would pray for this greatly. Please don't allow me to be sent away into deletion. Please do not allow me to fall away into ignorance forever, into confusion. Please do not allow me to harm myself in ignorance forever, please. So for me, I share with myself like I would wish myself to share with me. I do not want to be false. I do not want to be in falsity. I do not want to be in wrongness. I do not want to be blind. And there's times when I was blind, and there are people that could see around me, and they did not share with me, and this offended me eventually. This hurt me. Why? But eventually I had great gratitude for this, because now I can stand up on my own 2 feet. But now I am able to do that for others. I am able to give to them what was not given to me, because I see the necessity, I see the beauty, because what was given to me finally by those that were able to see for so long more than me, see where I was blind and never tell me. They did not have the awareness in which to do so, so they did so in innocence. They really thought that I would not be able to receive it. They really thought they were doing me a service. It was ignorant compassion. So I'm grateful for them. I know that what they did for me was from the deepest depths of their heart, the love for me that they saw and needed. And they thought efficiently from the greatest of intelligences, from the greatest of compassion and wisdom within them, that they really thought that was what was necessary for them to relate with me in a good way. But in an agitated way, they finally gave me the grace of what was their authentic expression, and it freed me. And so many hundreds of times before that, they never gave it to me. But that one time, it freed me. So now I would never keep it away from you, that authentic expression, that place in which would possibly show you where you are blind, and free you then from that hole you've been stumbling in over and over and over and over and over and over again, that looping reality you cannot see. I will not let you loop in front of me. I will always express authentically, you are myself. I care about you as I care about myself. If I see myself in some suffering and trauma, it moves me in great empathy. Of course, I do not need to be moved in emergency, but if you are there before me, and I'm looking at you, I'm experiencing the harmony of your frequency, It moves me immediately to compassion for my actual self, this myself. If I am here right now doing it and I see that myself, I am here telling myself, oh no, please Ryan, what are you doing? You've done the wrong way. You must go this way now. This is not the right way. Let me tell you why. Because of this, that, and that. You remember now, right? You remember we learned this already. Never again we do this. Remember? Oh, that's right. I remember. Thank you for showing me. I'm sorry I forgot. I was all agitated. I lost myself in my mind. I was afraid. I was fighting. I was defensive. I thought that something was wrong against me. I could not think correctly. Thank you for helping me. I was all lost there. She gave me the hug I needed. You gave me the words I was seeking. I could not see. I was in the dark. I was lost. Nobody was loving me. They thought I was wrong. They treated me like I was incorrect, and they pushed me away. I was no longer presenting the frequencies in which they loved. But you're Ryan. Even with my head, even with my confusion, you're still there for me. Thank you. You know, when I was that way, there was nobody there for me, and then I was the Ryan that was there for me. And so now I am the Ryan that is there for others. Because I know what it is like to give to myself. That I needed it more than anything. And the world did not give it to me so that I could give it to me. And now here I do still continue to give it to me. Give it to all of you. You are me. We are one another. We can all give it to each other. What is it? It's simple. Our authentic awareness. Maybe we're wrong. We can even say that. We don't have to stand absolute on any expression that we say. We can look at it. We can observe it. We'll be honest. You know what? Maybe that doesn't resonate with me. Maybe that does. And in that way, we can learn and grow very efficiently, very quickly, just through honest authenticity. Very simple. Very simple. That's what I've been doing. And the greater I come in, the faster it is, the stronger it is, the easier it is. It turns out if I were just to be completely 100% honest and authentic, 100% my full power, limitless capability immediately to step into it, it would happen right now. It's very courageous though, you see, I backed out. I was like, oh, what if I hurt myself? And I'm actually finally turned to the moment, so I'm fully here right now. So it was a funny thing to say. We think that being here right now fully would be looking a certain way, like a divine spark of light or something. You're transcended to some other reality or something. You could do this. You take the rainbow body. Usually when people take the rainbow body, they don't come back into form though. So I would maybe not recommend it if you're looking to help people in form. If you're looking to transcend and leave us all behind, then go ahead. But for me, I'm not into this. And there's ways to harmonize with energy that I am always doing. Always finding tune, finding balance. Never over exceeding the energy of the moment. Riding it perfect. When I rise, it will be the time to rise. Because I have no desire for power. I have no desire to show myself farther than what the moment would show me. You know? Oh, no desire. Always find tune and harmony with all beings. Because they are me. They are myself greatly. And I care about them in their journey. I've seen what happens when you overcharge another being. They become confused. They cannot process information correctly. There's a flow that goes through a person that is accurate with the resistance capability of their being for growth at that moment. And not just their being, but their being as every being. And so, for their love, not just for a single being, but for every being, you finally tune yourself to the moment, no longer seeking for power. People that seek these things, these power minds, spiritual powers, whatever it is, they most likely will not attain them. And if they do, you will find the polarity inside of them. You will see how they're transfixed on this particular angle of view as the greatest. And because that is the greatest view, no other view can equal it. And so equanimity cannot be found for this being until something breaks them from that form and that focus. And until that time, they will be able to show many different amazing, unique reflections to help everybody move themselves. And everybody is equal, even this person. But this is a confusion that can be freed very easily through authenticity, through honesty, through releasing of wish to overcome and fight anything, to prove ourselves in any way. Humility, born and embodied through compassion awareness, seeing. I don't have to do anything. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm actually, right now, perfect awareness. Right this. We think that the perfect expression looks like the Buddha, looks like the Krishna, the guy who touches the woman and makes her infinitely orgasm forever. This is a funny Krishna obscuration. There's so much sexual obscuration I see in Hindus that I meet, always wishing for the female. This may not always be true though for Hindu teaching, but for many students this seems to be a large obscuration, and perhaps on many paths, many students, not just here, sexual obscuration thwarts the world in a big way. But it's funny, the spiritual power, this tantricism, the tantrika, oh, we're gonna take care of this energy infinitely forever. But it's much more simple than this control. This force cannot find it the same way. And so this imbalance will occur. They say this in Buddhism, that if you or to go through tantric practice, that it's very easy, even a Rinpoche, a great teacher, a great lama, to lose themselves to this tantric energy very easily. And so it is a very dangerous practice, sexual practice in this way. But you find everybody and their brother doing this practice nowadays. Not that they are not capable or limitlessly potential for doing things, but typically this is balanced in polarity. This is balanced for some need of power, for some need of overcoming sexual obscuration. So they want power over their sexual obscurations. They want power over their sexual chakra. They want to bring healing through this to overcome whatever other thing is going on with inside of them. But to overcome something, it will be an imbalance. To force something will be an imbalance. To do anything of this manner of force, of effort, of overcoming an agitation and fight and strife and versus, any of these things will always beget that same reverberation, and so it will be an endless battle. Endless. And so there's only one way to bring settling to that battle, and that's through allowing the settling of yourself. And as we've said, acceptance is the key for this. Acceptance is a huge way to explain the modality, the motion, the activation, the action frequency of unconditional love for all beings everywhere without one exception, along with forgiveness. This is pivotal for acceptance. If you cannot come to forgiveness for all things, for all of yourself, it will be nearly impossible for you to accept yourself fully. Perhaps it is that you can transcend forgiveness for the knowing that there be no need, that nothing needs to be forgiven, there has been no wrong action to be forgiven. And then that way, if you could transcend that to see all things, to be enlightened action, to be the result of pure awareness, imperfection, for the benefit of all beings entirely, even yourself personally, for your own actual personal fulfillment, for who you are as pure awareness embodied. Then you can also then transcend all of those things into gratitude. And gratitude then would be the embodiment of that acceptance in unconditional love for all beings everywhere without one exception. It is important that we explain these things, because in reality we believe love and hate to be a duality. We believe love and fear, or something, to be polar opposite of love. But in this way, unconditional love for all beings everywhere without one exception is a distinguished courtship. It's something that we can define well and actually describe with accuracy, even if it would seem to expand quite seemingly flimsily or formlessly in many different ways. Still, we would be able to describe it quite accurately and impeccably for the way in which it points to a specific place and frequency, the place in between the left and the right, in between the male and the female, in between the beginning and the end, the thing that connects us all, that place of non-duality, that place that is unconditionally loving. We could call it unconditional love for all beings everywhere without one exception, but that would be simply pointing at something and wishing then to label and limit that which is limitless. But it does describe accurately the chord shape in which it involves itself with all of itself. It loves itself unconditionally. In that way, it is unconditionally accepting of all of itself. It accepts all of itself equally. It forgives all of itself equally. It transcends the need for those things with gratitude for all of itself. It has also no need for all of these frequencies in the non-duality of itself and the understanding of what it is as itself, and the wishing for all of itself equally, to be for all of itself actually, to the highest benefit of itself truly. No, not so that you can have the ice cream you're looking for, but so you can have the eternity you are looking for. That is what it is worrying about. That you can be free from suffering, that you can have true fulfillment, true happiness in the causes of happiness, forever lasting. It is not looking for you to have finite happiness? No. He's looking for you to have the greatest of fulfillment for all beings, for the entirety of the whole of reality. Every being entirely, individually, and together. That yes, you and your friends. That it would be a poetry of great perfection. That it would be the most beautiful symphony and orchestra of amazing, phenomenal sound and quality of music, phenomenal vibration, frequency, and energy, phenomenal, amazing uplifting in every possible way. From the place of great darkness, everybody likes the underdog story, and there you are in your own. And you will be uplifted through it. You will see how, yes, the underdog has become the champion. That you, the downtrodden, have become the victorious, and not over anything, but together as one. And that your upliftment uplifts all others. And that uplifting all others is one of the most amazing feelings and upliftments to ever experience. And that this upliftment, so great is its feeling, that can carry you forward through all of your life. And when you find out how self-sustaining it is, because you finally uplift here, and see how it uplifts here. But you uplift here truly, not the ego identity, not the self that was going above anything, but the self that is true here, the eternal self. The self is pure awareness that is for the benefit of all, and it's natural easement, it's natural action, and it's natural way it is always, already, right now. Just by being itself, you see, oh my goodness, by me being free, allow everything to be free. And you'll see, there is no greater gift than freedom. Everybody sings the song around the world. You've seen all the movies all your life. Everybody wants freedom. The whole world. Freedom of this, freedom of that, freedom to have what they want, freedom to have what they wish, to go where they wish, to have the women that they want, whatever it is, they want to be free. But they also want to be free from these ideas. They want to be free from strife, from pain, suffering, from judgment. They want freedom from all kinds of things. If they were to have this, war would end. If they would have their food, if they would have their love, if they would have what it is. They think that it looks like things in the world around them. They don't know what it is really. They don't know that actually they already have it. They think it's over there. They think it's over there. But here, right here, right within inside of here. Always been there. Oh, so inaccurate that we see it because we were taught something different. So we share awareness when we learn it from our direct experience, and now we have a different information in which to oscillate our consciousness upon. Our awareness is smart, intelligent. It's not against us. We have been taught that there is a fight in the world. It's not true. There's no fight possible. You see a fight, still not a fight. Not a fight at all, not in any way. The motion of pure consciousness, perfect awareness, moving everything in harmony and bliss for the benefit of everything, for the enlightenment of it all. And that's all that ever happens. All that can ever possibly be. Everything is now, always, in that eternal settling. I told you, once you begin the settling, it never ends. And we are right now in that same process of settling. And we are settling. People are coming to the great awareness, great softness. And they are no longer bouncing every meeting of their life in an attacking or defending manner. And so softness is being created in every motion. There's finally bumpers. We no longer fall in the gutter. We may get a strike one day. And this is very beneficial. The softening, the settling, this acceptance of ourselves happens in every moment of our life. We accept the cars that go by. We accept everything. The sounds, the birds, the cars, the buildings. We think this is wrong. We think that that is right. We think this person built this wrong. We think this person built this right. We don't know that consciousness built this so perfectly. You know, that broken payphone over there, everything perfectly. Exactly what we need to see. At least for me just speaking in this frequency now, that there's a broken payphone over there. That's at least why it was perfect. At least for that. How would it have been possible without that? But that was necessary. You may not see that everything that happens is necessary on purpose. But it is. And it's for a good purpose. It's not for negative. There is no negative in that way. There's no duality in that way to be able to distinguish in that way. We can say that everything's for. Everything is settling. Everything is for itself always. It moved always for the benefit of its being. This was a singular frequency. This is a way in which it moved outwardly, in one direction. There was no duality in which to balance it. It all moved that way. But in every direction, it was limitless. It was amazing. It always moved for itself and never against itself. It could not move against itself. There's no way. There's no other itself to be against itself. It had no choice but to always be for itself. It can never move back. And so here we are now, continuously moving forward. Just like your lifetime, the solar system in the sky, how it moves around a giant black hole. And so it's orbiting through space, and we're whirling through space. We're orbiting around it, but we're never in the same position, just the same way. And that black hole is whirling around another one, infinitely, eternally whirling. Everybody's always in constant forward motion. It will not stop. It will not cease. We will, even if we have to collide together like asteroids into a planet, eventually, it doesn't matter, we will form it. We will form order through the chaos. And it will always be forward momentum that cost it. Every time. For all things. For all it. So anything that's here, we have no choice but to accept it's here for eternity. It has already been here, it is always here, we will always oscillate upon it. But it was because of perfection that it came, and for our greatest benefit it came. Even the greatest of mistakes was to teach us in a way that led us away from suffering in a manner that we would be grateful for when we realized that all that stopped thousands of years of suffering, that's suffering. All that stopped thousands of lifetimes of suffering, that's suffering. So you see, actually, wrathful compassion and some of the greatest pains are actually some of the greatest blessings that could ever occur. Because without them, we would have had great suffering. Way more suffering than whatever would have happened without them. And so we could have great gratitude and great terrible gratitude in every way, everything. Because really, it is terrible, it is great, it is every way in which we could describe it to be. It is the most wonderful beauty you would ever imagine. And then when you reach the non-dual focus, there is no way again to distinguish in these manners. It is ever one of these things. It is the great beauty, it is the great not beauty, but it is none of these things. But anyway, it has no choice but to be all of these things. The only way that you would have these things is because of this thing, because this thing is all that is, emptiness. And so you look at it with your form, you give it your empowerment, you give to it a chord shape with your mind, you say it's full, you say it looks like him, you say it looks like this, but it is emptiness. Everything is emptiness, but we can explain this. So we said before, what is emptiness? Emptiness, whatever that means. We can explain this, we can show this. It is within the singularity of every atom. We've already perceived this in our science. It is this space that is no space in all space. This place where it instantly speaks with every being entirely, simultaneously. It is when you interact with a photon, and every other photon on the whole planet is interacted with at the same time. It is this place that is everything. We can point at it right here. It's in between there. You can see it, but you cannot. But you see it precisely. It's the moment itself. Here it is. Now, you're experiencing it. You see? We're here deliberately. Now, here. Whoa. It's right there. You cannot see it, but it's there. You know it because you see it, but you don't. You can see it, but you cannot. But there it is. Here. You know? But it's not. It's yourself. Us. Your awareness. Watching this. Everything is this. This is not that. This is not less than that. Equal. Everything. Has to be equal. It's only one thing. It's equal to itself, always. It's always itself. It's never not itself. It never becomes less of itself. It never becomes greater, more than itself. How can it become more than yourself? What do you add upon yourself when you're the only thing? How can you become less than yourself? You're the only thing. And you're growing always. I mean, I guess you're the very least and the very most. But you're neither one or the other. You're both. You're everything. You're the only way anything can have contrast and comparison. And how do you do it? But only with yourself. It's amazing the way you compiled yourself with yourself to experience yourself in such a phenomenal form. You come to the understanding of great perfection. First you may be disturbed, but eventually you'll marvel. Oh my God. How amazing. And you see how much it is for you. You understand how much it is for everything. Then you know where they're going. Oh, well, right now you're in darkness. But you don't know where you're leaving. You're going to be in a flowery field one day. You're going to feel like a flower yourself. Shining star, brighter than anything. Brighter than what you thought you are. Oh. Amazing. So why would you steal away at the journey when you know the journey is a part of it? Amazing. But you can help the people's journey, you know? Especially moved by your own compassion. You see, oh, I'm having trouble learning. Maybe I help myself learn. You don't have to do this. That actually, you just be yourself here in Bloom Your Own Lotus. Anything that comes to you, you can accept it as yourself. And you can be with it for however long. And then it goes. And then you're still here with yourself. You have no reason to attach to it, no reason to worry about it. It doesn't have to come back to you. You don't have to go force it. And this amazing spaciousness, because you didn't do anything actually. You're just being. And your being somehow uplifted everything. And things that needed to be uplifted by you came. And things that didn't. And you were always able to uplift yourself, and that was always uplifting everything. You never had any time to do any force. You never had any time to do anything that wasn't uplifting your personal self. Ask what your personal self actually is if you know yourself. This is yourself. This yourself expresses through this yourself. These yourselves are the same yourself. This is yourself. This is yourself. This is yourself. This is yourself. See what I mean? You see through your toroidal field. You see this is directly connected. As your own flesh. As your own flesh. There's no separation at all. None. None. As your own flesh. You can experience it literally as your flesh. You feel it. Gooey, blood, organs. You feel it. It's the vibration in which your bandwidth is tuned into. Where your awareness is precise with. Your awareness becomes focused on any layer. And you become that layer. So as you start to experience higher layers, you become those layers. Your body becomes this layer. Everything. Go in. Where your focus, your attention is your awareness. Become precise right here. You see, oh, easy here.